In the complex and often fragile web of human relationships, there exists someone who is currently moving through a profound period of self-isolation. This person, who holds deep meaning in your life, has intentionally chosen to distance themselves from certain people and environments that they feel no longer serve their emotional well-being. Their decision to withdraw is not born from bitterness or indifference, but rather from a place of thoughtful reflection and self-preservation. They have become acutely aware of the ways in which external influences, voices, opinions, and energies have interfered in your connection, clouding the once clear waters of your bond. What was once pure and effortless became complicated by misunderstanding and the intrusion of others. And so, in a deliberate act of healing, they have stepped back, seeking solitude not as an escape, but as a necessary space for clarity and renewal. In this period of separation, they are not disconnected from you in spirit. Despite the physical distance, their thoughts often drift toward you. They find themselves silently observing your life from afar, trying to understand where your heart stands and if the love between you still lingers in some quiet corner of your soul. Their curiosity is not fueled by control or jealousy, it comes from affection, from a deep yearning to understand how you have changed, grown, and evolved. Their heart still remembers your presence, the sound of your laughter, and the light that once existed between you. It is this lingering warmth that keeps them tethered to your memory even as they walk their solitary path. While they retreat into introspection, you are journeying down your own road of transformation. Your life is expanding in new and beautiful directions. You are connecting with new people, forming fresh relationships, and weaving new memories into the fabric of your days. You've learned to find joy in small moments, spending time with friends, cherishing family, laughing freely, and embracing the essence of life itself. You are discovering the power of self-love and the serenity that comes from honoring your worth. The person you are becoming glows with confidence and authenticity, and this radiance is impossible to ignore. From the quiet distance, your person watches this metamorphosis with awe. They see you stepping into your light, no longer weighed down by low vibrations or the negativity that once surrounded you. You have learned to protect your energy, to cultivate peace, and to radiate positivity in all you do. Your aura has changed, it is brighter, more vibrant, and infused with a magnetic energy that draws people toward you. Those who encounter you can feel this shift, even without words, they sense something different in your presence. You have evolved from the person you once were into someone grounded, self-assured, and emotionally free. Your growth is visible in your actions, in your voice, and even in the subtle way you carry yourself. This newfound energy is captivating, not just to others, but to the one who has withdrawn. They find themselves drawn back to you, their hearts stirred by your transformation. Your commitment to self-love has become a beacon, illuminating the parts of their soul still hidden in shadow. They are beginning to understand that real love cannot exist without self-respect, and that the journey toward one's best self is what makes connection truly meaningful. Yet beneath their admiration lies an urgency, a quiet fear that if they don't act soon, someone else might recognize the brilliance they once took for granted. As you grow in self-discovery, they wrestle with self-realization. In the solitude of their thoughts, they've begun to confront their own darkness. What started as mild longing has deepened into an ache, a restless yearning that refuses to be silenced. They've come to see how their own pride and insecurity once clouded their vision, how they allowed ego and fear to dictate their actions. It was not until they stepped away that they could truly see the harm of their patterns. Through painful reflection, they've realized how manipulation and emotional detachment became weapons they wielded unconsciously, an armor to protect their fragile heart from vulnerability. The weight of this awareness is heavy. They feel shame and remorse for the ways they treated others, for the emotional games they played, and most of all, for how they hurt you. Yet in this darkness, you emerged as their truth. You became the mirror that reflected their hidden flaws and unspoken pain, the one who forced them to face the reality of who they had become. Your light exposed their shadows, and though it was uncomfortable, it awakened their spirit. What once felt like confrontation has transformed into revelation. You have shown them both the beauty and the brutality of truth, and in doing so, you became their catalyst for change. They now see you as their lighthouse, the unwavering beacon that guided them through the storm. When they lost themselves in their own chaos, you stood as a reminder of what authenticity looks like. Through your honesty, compassion, and strength, they've begun to rediscover their humanity. You've helped them recognize that real growth demands humility, vulnerability, and the courage to face oneself. Though it was painful, you have taught them lessons they will carry for a lifetime. For that, they hold deep gratitude, even if words have not yet been spoken aloud. Your influence has inspired them to step out of the comfort zones that once confined them. They are beginning to challenge long-standing beliefs and patterns rooted in childhood, beliefs that shaped their view of love, trust, and worthiness. It is not an easy process, change rarely is. Yet they are committed to breaking free from cycles of negativity and embracing a higher way of being. With every realization, they move closer to self-forgiveness and healing. They are learning to take responsibility without drowning in guilt, to change their behavior rather than simply apologize for it. Since you entered their life, a spark has been lit within them. Your presence ignited a fire of positivity and optimism that had long been extinguished. They have begun to see life with renewed hope, understanding that happiness does not depend on external validation but on inner peace. They once sought approval from others to feel worthy, constantly chasing acceptance to fill an inner void. Now, they are learning to turn inward, to trust their intuition, and to listen to the quiet wisdom of their soul. This shift has brought them closer to authenticity, a place where they can finally be true to themselves and others. Still, they cannot escape the sense of loss that followed the end of your relationship. The emptiness left in your absence is both painful and illuminating. It has forced them to confront the parts of themselves that relied too heavily on you for emotional grounding. Yet within this sorrow lies opportunity, the chance to rediscover who they are without the mask of pride or the armor of defense. They are beginning to understand what they truly want in love and in life, not control or perfection, but connection, honesty, and peace. Despite the appearance of distance, they remain determined to win back your heart. Their love, though tested, has not faded. Instead, it has matured into something deeper, an understanding that real love requires accountability and effort. They are willing to do the inner work necessary to rebuild trust, knowing that words alone are not enough. Their heart carries both fear and hope, fear of losing you forever, and hope that love might offer them another chance to make things right. In the vast expanse of their life, you are the one soul they fear losing, not because of dependency, but because they have come to realize your irreplaceable value. You are the rare presence who saw beyond their facade, who touched their soul when they were too guarded to let anyone in. Looking back, they can see clearly the moments they failed you, the times they withheld affection, the words left unsaid, the emotional walls built too high. These regrets have become lessons, etched deeply into their heart. They now stand at a crossroads, ready to dismantle those walls, to risk vulnerability for the sake of something real. Their heart, once barricaded by fear, is now opening in quiet surrender. They are learning that love, in its purest form, is not about possession but connection. It is not about perfection but growth. And so, they are preparing themselves to love differently, to love without the need for control, without the weight of ego, but with honesty, tenderness, and gratitude. During your separation, they have sought understanding in every possible way. They have read books, reflected on spiritual teachings, and explored the mysteries of soul connections, trying to comprehend the magnetic pull they feel toward you. They wonder why, even after time and silence, your presence still echoes in their heart. Through all this searching, they've realized that the answer is not found in logic but in faith. What binds you both is something beyond explanation, a soul recognition that defies ordinary understanding. Though they have yet to share these discoveries with you, their transformation is unfolding quietly behind closed doors. Each day, they strive to become a better version of themselves, someone who deserves your love, trust, and respect. They are shedding the old layers of ego and fear, embracing humility, empathy, and emotional honesty. The person they are becoming is no longer driven by validation or control but by a genuine desire to love and be loved freely. Deep within, they feel an unshakable knowing that your paths will cross again. It is not wishful thinking but an intuitive certainty, a quiet conviction that destiny is weaving your stories back together in divine timing. They sense that the universe is preparing both of you for reunion, ensuring that when the moment arrives, you will meet as evolved souls, ready to build something lasting and pure. Until that day comes, they continue to grow. They continue to heal, to learn, and to nurture the love within themselves. And you, too, continue to blossom, rising into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The distance between you is not a wall but a bridge in progress, connecting two hearts that are learning to beat in harmony again. Both of you are changing, becoming, and unfolding into your highest selves. And in that becoming lies the quiet promise that love, true, patient, and resilient, will find its way home once more.